We taught them the Jedi arts. We taught them the Jedi sciences. That's why they never put melanated personnel in the Jedi in the Jedi storylines. You see what I'm saying? They only put what? They gave you one, Mace Windu. They gave you two, Mace Windu and Sil Junda, cause she was in one of the video games. You couldn't play with her though. But she was in one of the video games that they consider canon. Canon means that this storyline is the official storyline for Star Wars. So they only put two melanated Jedi in the whole of the Star Wars Skywalker canon. Cause we already know Skywalker's supposed to be a melanated man or woman. Cause the Skywalkers were the Dakinis and Dakas, the living, breathing Jeds on the planet. What's the living Jed? The living Jed means you are the Force embodied on the physical plane. The chosen ones of the Force on the physical plane or material plane. That's what a Skywalker is. We talked about this in the last lecture. You are the living, breathing embodiment of the Force on the physical / material plane. And so, as a representative of the Force and heir to the Force, it is your job to maintain the balance of the Force by making sure these crazy motherfuckers ain't down here doing some crazy ass retarded ass shit. That's why they kept the Jedi arts from you. Cause the Pleiadians wanted to be the sole authoritative figures on the Jedi arts. Because they love, that's how much they love the Jedi arts. But they only cared about the light side of the Force. They couldn't get down with the dark energy teachings or the dark side, the melanin teachings that we were giving them. So they only had half the equation. So when these beings came, when these Alpha Draconians turned on them, the Alpha Draconians knew that. They knew that they didn't have no dark energy. So they blew their ass up because they only had half of the Force. They was only tapping into one polarity. They didn't have the other half. So they haven't opened themselves up to all aspects of the Force. And that's what you see. That's why they got wiped out. So that was their karma for setting up Kemet for destruction. Yes, it was the Pleiadians. After the Hyksos whooped their ass in the 100 Years War. I mean, we beat the shit out them niggas and drove them out of like 50 different star systems.